I speak 5 languages. My first language is Wolof, which is the national language of Senegal. I also learn French and I also speak Spanish that I learned from Argentina, Portuguese that I learned from living in Brazil, and I also speak English. So living here, I just pick up the language wherever I travel. My name is Omar Diouf. I am the owner of the Damel in downtown Auckland. We serve West African and South American fusion food. One of our most popular dishes is Argentinian empanadas. And we also have Senegalese street food, dibi. We also have some Afro-Brazilian food like mukeka, akaraje. I was born in Senegal. I was 13 when my dad passed away. And my mom had the family of 6 children. So I had a very little rough childhood. Thanks God, I had a brilliant idea of just deciding that I wanted to help my mom in the kitchen. That helped her focus in her job to kind of provide more. And it also helped me to find a joy that later became my profession. I think I love what I was doing because I love to help. Can I have that basket, Lissy, please? This is handmade from Senegal.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So usually they put napkin on it. I use it to put my ticket. DB is a huge thing in Senegal. Traditionally, you have these people that's also immigrants coming from Mali, coming from other countries around and immigrating in Senegal. And those are usually the ones that do DB. So as an immigrant here in the United States, I wanted also to represent immigrants that doing the same thing that people in Senegal are doing. So we are here at our main kitchen, the Damel. And so now we're gonna make the lamb, the dibi lamb, right? And that's start off with marinating the onions. So we use two types of mustard. We use mustard with the grind, regular mustard, chili flakes. So we marinate this and we keep it overnight too. So what you got here is boneless lamb. We're just gonna slice it. Lamb is something like, actually in my culture, that's very traditional. You know, we even have a national holidays that called Tabaski that everybody sacrifice a lamb. So it's not only is cultural, but it's also religious for us. And now I'm gonna marinate this the same way I marinate the onion, and we're gonna leave it overnight. We're gonna use pepper, a little bit of garlic, and mustard. Just gonna squeeze a lemon in it. It's gonna give it a very good flavor. And we're gonna keep this for almost 2 days. This is the ones that being marinating. Just look like this. We're basically gonna pre-grill it. So this one we grill them from the restaurant and we bring it pre-grilled in the truck. We're just gonna chop them, finish cooking it here. Just chop some onion in there. We're gonna give it a flavor. Dibi is like a Senegal street food, and whenever you go to Senegal, you're gonna see it everywhere. And we even create this French word, dibiterie, which is where we sell dibi. Everywhere, I would say, in West Africa has its own type of dibis. And here we serve it with two sides, in your choice. Coconut rice in this case, and deep fried plantain. So the name Damel is a word of words that actually means a strong man. And the Damel used to be the one that's actually the chef of the community, helping the community, you know, when you want to get birth certificate, you know, when you don't have enough food. The Damel used to be like the one that's like economically bigger. I think like I wanted to be the Damel for the culinary world to claim what Africa has spread out around the world, and nobody is there for claiming it.
Thank you for the knowledge here on your time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got people asking me all the time, what's Damel mean? So I decided to.
I did wonder that.
History and food always goes together.
Yes, wonderful. I appreciate that.
Enjoy, thanks.
Thank you, brother.
Soccer is a huge thing in Senegal when I grew up. And I was one of the best players in my team. And they score a lot of goals. And that's how somebody actually decided to invest on us, me and a couple of friends, to send us outside so the world can see us. And that's how I get a chance to travel to Argentina to play soccer. This was a big deal. At that time, it was my dream. One of the reasons that I decided to play soccer also, it was because I wanted to find a way to make money very fast so I can take care of my family and having my mom retired. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I got injured, which is normal. And I had to stay out of the game for about a year. So when I got injured, I wanted to do something. And I opened my first restaurant. So I was like, oh, you know what? Forget about the soccer. I'm making money. I'm able to send every month money to my mom and my family. So I don't want to lose this. And you know how you just doing something you love. You feel like you're never working every day in your life. Today is Saturday and it's 6:45 right now. And now we are heading to the prep station and we're going to grab the food truck. We're going to East Auckland. It's my brother. Oh, he's showing me food. He's in Morocco. He has a very good connection with me. It's always like something is going on. He always like kind of. In Argentina, what I learned is what today is the main product with my empanadas. You see empanada in every corner in Argentina. In fact, every Argentinian that have a food business here do empanada. The base is ground beef, onions, chili pepper, garlic goes in it. So salt, and a little bit of vinegar. So usually we marinate this and we keep it overnight. So a little bit of oil. So we're gonna just put the ground beef in it, salt. So we're gonna leave this cooking for a while. At this stage, we just gonna add the onion that we pre-marinated before. There is this concept in Argentina that actually you put like the same amount of meat, you put the same amount of onion. Because people just love onions. And then we're gonna leave this cooking right for a while. Now we're gonna make empanadas. There you go. There you go, and you see the number. And then we're gonna bake it. We pre-bake them and we bring them hot, and then we hot hold them in this. So they all memorize the numbers. We have the Damel logo and then the number. The number 7 is a vegetarian. But this is easy way to sell empanada in the truck.
I had the number 10 and the number 7, the Campagnon and the Spinaca. I'm gonna have to bring my grandma here. Like for real, these are good.
You guys waiting for food? What's your name?
Joe.
Joe? Oh, Joe is coming. Gabriela. All right. While I was living in Argentina, I was going to Brazil back and forth for vacation. Because Argentina, it was very rare at that time to see black people. When I came to Brazil, which is just next door, you see a bunch of black people. You know, you see the culture, you see everything is like Africa. And then I'm like, I'm gonna see what's like culinary look like in Brazil. So I went to Rio de Janeiro, which is actually like New York, bigger city. And that's how I met Claudia Vasconcelos. Yeah, I was working in a kitchen called Claudia Vasconcelos, and we was responsible of cooking for the World Cup 2014. And most importantly, we was also responsible cooking for 5 houses in the Olympics, during the Olympics 2016. Those 5 houses include the NBA, include the Australian house, the Brazilian house, and also include Casa Cartán and New Balance. And I was leading that kitchen. That was one of the most proud job I did. Leading that kitchen meant everything to me because as a former soccer player that didn't make it, and all of a sudden cooking for these athletes that competing worldwide, right? And I felt like I was in competition too, you know? Because let's say I never did Australian food in my life, but I had to learn and how to please the Australian people. Americans, the same thing. I think like in the short amount of time, I tested myself of putting myself in the high level and helping me kind of like put it together and win that competition by just serving them. In Brazil, I learned a lot. Just walking one day on the street and I see people selling acarajé, which is also the same things I ate in my country before. And I was like, why this is so similar? Acarajé is one of the motifs that I started the business, basically. So what this basically do is like we match the black ice piece. And then when you do this action that I'm doing, it's give it a reaction of making it like fluffy inside. And also the Brazilians, they make the actual acarajé a sandwich. So they opens it and they put dry shrimp, they put pico de gallo. So I wanted to make sure I have that in my restaurant. So for the cross-culturing, so I just take the techniques that I like better than how the Brazilian do it, just making it as a sandwich. I also put the Senegalese ingredients, just put like ginger, onion, garlic, and pepper. And, it's just like it cannot go wrong. That's the akara. Hi. Yeah, what's going on?
Truly well. Wonderful job.
All right, thank you.
No, your food is delicious. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I decided to come to America for a very simple reason. Like I said, I always like to be in a competition. The best country in the world for culinary, I think, is America. The big question was, how do I get money to start? So I signed up for Uber and Lyft, not to make money, but to find people to talk about my business. So I made 500 business cards. In my car, everybody that get in, hey, what are you gonna do today? Or like just trying like the English, And I make sure I handle your business card and talking about my food. Until one day, I got this ride I never forget. So this lady I've been talking, because it's a long ride, This was like maybe 40 minutes in early morning. I gave her my business card, and in the next 2 hours, she called me. She's like, can you deliver for tomorrow like 200 empanadas? I'm like, wow. I barely have a website, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, I can. So I went to my house, I start make them, like hand wrapping them one by one. I think I finished around 4 a.m. I took a shower and I started baking them at 5 because I had to deliver it for breakfast. But I did it. I just put like aluminum foils, bunch of empanada, napkins, sauce. It's easy. That's how I get it started. So, because from that point, started the restaurant May 15, 2019. Yes, I think I am winning in the Bay Area right now because I'm a minority business owner. I'm an immigrant. I'm somebody that actually come this country with nothing and being able to build something that I just designed in my kitchen table. And today reaches like millions of people talking about it and trying it already and liking it. I think that's a win. And I'm learning in the United States, but that no matter where you come from, you can make things happen in this country. Today, I bought a car for my mom, renovated her house. I took her, I helped her go to the Mecca, because she's Muslim, to Morocco, to do all these things that she was dreaming about. She's retired now. She just collects a check every month, which is cool. And that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't want to go back until I achieved that.